Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecast with another reading for you guys. This one is a love letter from your divine masculine. This reading, of course, focusing on the masculine energy and the messages that will be coming through from these cards. And it's for those of you who are apart, for those of you maybe in no contact at this point in time, either recent or a long time ago. So let's go ahead and grab the energies and the messages from these decks here, and I'll go ahead and tap into that for the collective, and hopefully there's something here for you that makes sense, something that you really needed to hear from your divine masculine. All right, guys, it is general as always. Take the parts of it that resonate for you and release the rest. Let's get into it. Hello, Leo. All right, guys, let's begin and take a look at the messages that need to come through from the divine masculine. So for those who are apart at this point in time, not connecting in the 3D, what does this look like for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Let's get the conversation started. Okay, from the masculine. I can't help but feel jealous that you've moved on with somebody else. Very specific message, though, that will not apply to everybody. So if you have moved on with someone else, you have a masculine coming through in this reading, letting you know that perhaps they're aware of it and it doesn't sit well with them. They're jealous that you have moved on and have started a life with another person. I feel like grabbing another one from this deck. Let's see. From the masculine. I love you. Okay, I'm just not ready to tell you yet. It could have been that hesitation or apprehension that resulted in a separation for you and your masculine. You know, maybe you didn't even know where you stood with them, or they just weren't very expressive. And that could have been the one thing that caused you to either feel unwanted, unloved, and, you know, maybe you decided, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to move on. I'm going to go in a different direction. And that could have resulted in you finding somebody else that you connected with. So I feel there's a masculine here who might regret the fact that they didn't really open up fully to you. Let's see what else. From the divine masculine for Leo. So they're jealous. That is, if you really are with somebody else, they don't like it. They're jealous. But this person, I mean, they are coming through to let you know that the love is certainly still in their heart. All right, what else from the masculine? They still think about those memories that you guys have shared, though. So it reminds me of the Six of Cups, you know, where the happy memories continue to be a part of their thoughts. Let's grab one more for Leo from the masculine. A message from the divine masculine. Still thinking about you. You make my heart soar above the clouds, okay? You know, and maybe when they think about the past times that you guys were together, you know, maybe it brings up these intense feelings of what they had for you, but maybe ultimately fell short of expressing them. You know, if they did tell you that they loved you, perhaps your masculine just wasn't either ready for a commitment. They could have been wishy-washy in their commitment. They could have also been the type that was just on the fence about the relationship. But I feel as more time has unfolded, they've gotten a little better understanding of what you mean to them, you know? So let's go ahead and clarify this with tarot messages. But that's giving you an indication of where your masculine is at, okay? All right, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, what else do we need to know from the divine masculine? So still thinking about you. This masculine is in love with you, but maybe, again, just didn't either say it or was low-key expressing it through their actions. But maybe, you know, this is something that you really needed to hear from them, and maybe they didn't follow through at that time. But I do feel for whatever reason you guys broke up, they're not happy that they're not with you, and also observing you from a distance. Maybe somebody told them that you found somebody else. So they're definitely jealous. We do have the Temperance card coming through. For some of you guys, maybe your person is a Sagittarius, or maybe your masculine has Leo and Sagittarius in their chart. Lots of fire energy. So they feel at peace, you know, when, at least when you guys were together, things were calm, no drama perhaps, but they're also coming through wondering, you know, can we bring this back together? And maybe in time, that is a possibility, because the Temperance card can represent a reconciliation. That certainly is what they're wanting to bring forward. One of you guys walked away, all right? So it's different for everyone tuning in. Either Divine Feminine, you decided to go in a different direction, which is possible based off of what we're seeing here, or a masculine walked away, more than likely because of some other thing that was going on between the two of you. Or maybe, again, they just weren't ready for a commitment, wasn't ready to settle down perhaps. All right, this is giving us a very specific storyline, all right? So we do have a masculine who might have entertained other options at that time. So it's almost like the tables have turned here when it comes to that situation, you know, because I feel, my feminines, if you weren't sure where your masculine was in their heart space or what intentions they had for the future of the connection, you know, they might have been involved with other people. They could have been talking to other people while you guys were in a relationship. Knight of Wands is often looked at as maybe a player type, you know, non-committal. But now that the tables have turned, as I've mentioned, and maybe you've moved on, they are perhaps single at this point, whatever situations they were in. Third parties, perhaps. Maybe none of those things worked out for them, and now they're alone, feeling alone. Maybe checking you out from a distance. I'm even feeling possibly stalking your social media pages here. Look at this. We've got the Nine of Swords. That is followed by the Tower. Okay? You guys definitely had a Tower. That's what resulted in the separation here between the two of you. And your masculine has definitely learned some major lessons when it comes to their role and why you guys unfolded and why the relationship fell apart. So I'm kind of feeling from them, picking up off of that Nine of Swords energy, they are a little bit apprehensive. They're allowing their fears and anxieties to get in the way of maybe reaching out or knowing that they're unable to reach out, especially if you're with somebody else. I do feel they want to reach out though. You know, it's just that they maybe talk themselves out of it. I do pick up this energy where they're looking at their phone, hoping to maybe reach out, send you a text, maybe reach out on social media, you know, or even call you. And for a second there, it's almost like they're going to do it. And then last second, they decide not to do it. You know, and just taking a look at this message once again, if they've never told you, if your masculine has never told you this, you know, picking up their phone to finally do that and talk themselves out of it. So let's grab one more here. We do have the Six of Pentacles followed by the Sun. For some scenarios, for some of you tuning in and really wanting to reconnect with your masculine, it's possible, you know. We started off with the Temperance card, and this is picking up off of the possibility to reconcile. It's just that it could take some time. In the meantime, you know, if you're taking a look at your life and maybe you're discontent in an existing partnership, you might not be happy where you're at and maybe thinking of reconnecting with your masculine, then you need to decide for yourself what it is that you'd like. You know, the Six of Pentacles is about two people who are choosing each other, who are really willing to meet each other in the middle, you know, wanting to truly share a life together and not allowing anyone else to get in the way, you know. So the sun is certainly giving you guys the opportunity to bring this in, to manifest this. It's like giving your masculine this path to follow that could lead them back to you. And if you're wanting that as well, there's a really good chance that it can happen. I love that we have the Wheel of Fortune here, letting us know that you guys will have a second chance, that there's something here that will bring your masculine back, you know, and it could be maybe your desire to reconnect. So for some of my feminines, I do feel part of the reason why you're guided to this reading might have something to do with the fact that maybe you're questioning an existing partnership and you are thinking about a masculine, a past love of yours, and wondering, you know, what would it be like if we were to reconnect? And that's only for those of you who are questioning an existing partnership if you're not happy there, because there's someone clearly here. They are truly jealous of the fact that you're, you know, you're in another relationship. But if you're not content there, and you're wondering how things might ultimately unfold if you were to get back together with this person, I mean, the cards look pretty positive that we absolutely have something here that can be revisited and really giving you guys an opportunity to be able to find true happiness. All right, so it really depends on where you're at in your thought processes and what it is that you are wanting, what's in your heart. Because if you still want this person, it ultimately comes down to the feminine to decide to clear the path to make that happen. All right, guys, so that's what I have this time. If you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box, as well as the decks featured here. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next reading.